Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday, and welcome to the first ever JA Fellows virtual bootcamp. We are super excited to see you. I would love to see more faces. I see Miss Karen, I see Neil, I see Prince. There you go. Good morning. Good morning. Super excited. I see few students from H1 High School. I see Dylan, I see Atlantic Tech, I see, that is amazing. Welcome everybody and happy Friday. My name is Martha Rios, Director of Entrepreneurship Initiatives at Junior Achievement. We are super proud to see you today. We have amazing guest speakers today to talk to you about how to create best JA deliverables for you to participate of our upcoming JA Fellows Spark Tank Finale competition happening on April 17th. We at Junior Achievement want to inspire you to value interpersonal skills such as teamwork, collaboration, cooperation, problem solving, etc. And today I want to introduce the person who is the best team player I know, and her name is Fabi Melendez. Her title is Workforce Coordinator, but at JA we know her as Zoom Queen. Hi, Fabi.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here, and thank you for having me, Martha.
Thank you, Fabi. We couldn't do it without you. Fabi is managing everything that you will see today. So how about we get started? Just a friendly reminder, did you see on the chat box the PDF document that is called JA Fellows Student Pack? That is a fillable PDF that I sent to you yesterday and I resent this morning in the chat box. Please open it up. It's a fillable PDF for you to take notes, for you to follow the agenda, and we will also be talking about the guidelines and criteria for the end of the year competition. So go ahead and open it up so that you get to see it and ask me questions at the end of the 3 amazing guest speakers that will be presenting to you today. But before that, I need to introduce somebody very special for our program. We have a partnership with Broward College. They are responsible for allowing us to implement this part of the program and bring all of the program for at no price to your schools. So let me go ahead and introduce Mr. or Dr. Imran Siddiki. He is, and let me tell you exactly his title. He is Director of Broward College Entrepreneurship Experience. He was, you might remember him, he was one of our sharks back in November. He gave you great feedback. He was super excited to see what your plans were. And today he has a message for you. Let's give it up for Dr. Siddiki.
Good morning, fellows. My name is Imran Siddiki. I am the director of BCEX. That is a Broward College Entrepreneurship Experience. We do a lot of things, but among them, we also run a business accelerator. So I help students and faculty and staff and community members build businesses just like so many of you are. So when I say that I understand the challenges that you're facing right now, understand that I am myself operating a cohort of entrepreneurs who are doing the same things you're doing, hustling, building businesses, trying to build sales. And so I just want to say thank you for welcoming me to give this address. I know we're at the midway point in your journey, and I know things have been pretty tough out there. As somebody who is running a program, is guiding entrepreneurs, I just want to say, I know it's not been easy to get out there, generate sales, to hit your benchmarks, but I wanted to remind you to remember what it took for you to enter this program and stick with it. Because really what you're going to get out of this experience, whether or not your business is a rocket ship taking off, or whether it is, kind of struggling, whether you have the perfect team and group dynamic, or whether you feel like, maybe you're carrying a little bit more of the load than you expected. What you should focus on, and my recommendation for you with these, couple of minutes that I have, is really to remember the skills that you're gaining in the process, right? So I hope all of your businesses dominate and just create millions and millions of dollars. But remember the grit that it took. First of all, the courage that it took to enter a program like this is not normal, right? Give yourself a pat on the back for that. It's not easy to enter a program like this. The courage that it takes to stick with it, you know, under such challenging circumstances is commendable. So good job. And the skills that you're learning along the way set you apart from your peers, meaning your high school peers. As you're entering this next phase, many of you are going to go to college. You know, you will have the ability, however this journey ends, to look back and say, I understand what it takes to build a business. I know what a business plan is. I know what it means to go to a stranger and try to hustle a sale. I know what it's like to build something with the team. You know, I am a former startup founder. Trust me, I know what that takes. So I want you to remember those moments as you are pushing through this next half. And look, these are funky times. You know, we're not in person. My program's not in person. Your program's not in person. Creating that team dynamic is tough. But you know, it's important that we just focus on the skills that you're building. And that's something we really emphasize at Broward College, at BCEX, because what we see and what our employers see is that technical skills can be taught, right? If you want to learn how to program or be an accountant, you can teach that. What you can't teach are the soft skills, and these are what employers are looking for. The soft skills that you're developing in this program, the ability to push through, to think innovatively, to communicate clearly, to present, those are very difficult skill sets for many people. So as you're pushing through, I know I was warned a little bit, it's been a tough time. Trust me, I'm right there with you. I just wanted to remind you to stay positive, to take a step back and think about the skills that you're gaining in the process, the experiences, the friends that you're gaining, the mentors, and Martha and many others that are there supporting you, and really just focus on pushing through to the end. To focus on your deliverables, focus on nationals. Hopefully you get there. If I can ever help any of you, I hope you reach out to me. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say with a few minutes of time that I have here. I'm very proud of each and every one of you. And I really hope each of you really pushes through strong to the end. So thank you, Martha. Thank you to everyone at JA. Thank you, Lowry. I appreciate your time this morning. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Siddiki. We appreciate his feedback, his energy, and just like he said, pat on the back to each and every one of you who's pushing through, who's doing those sales. I know it's not easy. It's just different times, difficult times. We just have to move forward. With that said, let's start with what we call Journey to Success video. Every year, starting about 3 years ago, we decided to show you last year's winners. Last year, the previous student company that made it to first place at the local level and who maybe was invited to the national competition and what their journey was. Last year, we had an amazing student company called Germ Genie from University School. We are super proud to partner up with them since year one that we started this program. So now we want to show you a quick overview of their journey to success from 2019 to 2020. Let's give it up for Germ Genie.
We're in the middle of a global crisis.
Health emergency. The new case confirmed in Boston.
People around the world are contracting coronavirus.
Will be providing quarantine facilities if needed.
The death toll continues to climb. Germs are everywhere. But in the midst of chaos, there is a solution. Protecting yourself from germs has never been easier. With mask, gloves, hand sanitizer, disinfecting wipes, headrest cover, and airplane tray table placemats in a handy travel case, you can stay germ-free wherever you go. And since 20% of proceeds go back to the community, you know that your support will help others. Buy your Germ Genie today and invest in a healthy tomorrow. Germ Genie, essentials for staying germ-free on the go.
Now let's get to NBC6's Arlene Bornstein, who takes us to NSU University School in Davie, where the students are actually running the business.
We have an upcoming meeting with a big airline company.
Student turned entrepreneur Henry Hurowitz had a not so pleasant in-flight experience 2 years ago.
I fell asleep on my airplane tray table, and I woke up and my brother pointed to my face and I had a huge rash on my face.
Shocked, Hurowitz did some research.
And I started to look up airplane tray tables and rashes and was astounded by the results. I found out that airplane tray tables are 8 times dirtier than a toilet flush button.
What he learned led to an idea for a product he would later develop with other fellow juniors at NSU University School called Germ Genie.
Our first product that we came up with was the airplane tray table cover, which has 4 adhesive strips on each side to make sure that the airplane tray table cover stays in place. And we also created another product, which is the Germ Genie Premium Package, which contains all the essentials you need for staying germ and allergen free on the go.
The first award is the Company Annual Report. The JA Fellows Company Report is an opportunity to showcase the team's overall business performance and what was really learned and achieved through the JA Fellows program experience. And the winner is Germ Genie from University School. Congratulations. The next award is for Stage Presentation. The stage presentation is a company's opportunity to engage with the judging panel and demonstrate their success, knowledge of the company, and really their overall experiences. And the big winner for stage presentation is Germ Genie from University School. Congratulations again. The JA Fellows Company of the Year Award. You ready for it? Let's get right to it. This award given to the student company showing the highest accumulated score in the following categories: trade booth display, stage presentation, video commercial, and company annual report. And the 2020 JA Fellows Company of the Year is Germ Genie from University School. Congratulations to you guys at Germ Genie, teachers, students, and volunteers. Wow, what a moment. The advisors as well, everybody involved in making this happen. Congratulations to University School.
Next is the Delta Social Impact Award, which recognizes the best JA company that provides a solution to a social need.
And now I'm pleased to announce the winner of the Delta Social Impact Award, Germ Genie, representing JA of South Florida. So thank you, Jonah, Romy, Daniel, Henry, and Benjamin. Let's hear it from the representatives of Germ Genie. Thank you. Congratulations.
Moving on, the Intercontinental Exchange, New York Stock Exchange Best Financial Performance Award recognizes student companies that best encompass several aspects of financial responsibility.
The winner of the Intercontinental Exchange, New York Stock Exchange Best Financial Performance Award is Germ Genie from JA of South Florida. Congratulations.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to award the 2020 JA Company of the Year and to celebrate the second and third place winners in this battle of entrepreneurial skills and innovation. Our second place team's representatives will each receive a $1,000 scholarship from the Achievement Foundation, as well as a Google Home speaker. So now, taking second place in our 2020 Company of the Year competition is none other than Germ Genie, JA of South Florida. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This has truly been amazing, and I'm beyond overwhelmed by your support of Germ Genie. This year has been an extremely special experience. Thank you so much to NSU University School and JA of South Florida that provided us with the opportunity to participate in this fantastic organization.
At NSU University School, we'd love to thank our amazing mentors and sponsors, Miss Martin, Miss Avajanette, and Miss Houston. We wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you guys and your endless support.
Thank you, Germ Genie. That was awesome. And now I want to ensure that you hear me well, Because what we're going to do is we are going to encourage you and motivate you by giving out a couple of gift cards. So I will ask one question. You guys get to talk or write, whoever does it first, write in our chat box the answer to that question. The first one to answers properly is the winner. So my question for this segment, and we will have various segments throughout the bootcamp. My question for this segment is, give me one of the categories that Germ Genie won during the various competitions that they participated last year. Give me one of them.
Best commercial.
Got it. Perfect. I heard that loud and clear. Best commercial. What is your name, please?
Sarah.
All right, Sarah. I have your name. You're going to, yes, congratulations. Woo-hoo. So what you're going to do is you're going to write an email to me, please. Send an email to martha@jasouthflorida.org. You've probably already received many emails from me. Just send me an email. I'm writing your name down, and we will send you an email with your electronic gift card. So I need that email from you, Sarah. martha@jasouthflorida.org. There it is. Thank you, Fabi. You're on top of it. It's on the chat box. So that was super cool. Let's move on. Beautiful. Now, let's get started with our master classes. As I mentioned before, we are going to have 3 amazing speakers talk for the end of the year competition. The first one to speak to you will be Mark Neudelberg, and he will talk about how to best use your interpersonal abilities to create great virtual presentations. He will talk, and then we will actually practice a little bit. And during that practice, we'll be giving out a couple of gift cards as well. Next, we will have Anastasia Pav Lanskaya. She's a WLP producer, and she will talk to you about how to create great commercials, just 1-minute commercials to showcase what you've been doing with your product or service throughout the year. And last but not least, we will have Ms. Violet Lowry talk about how to create an amazing annual report so that you can submit in order to be considered for both the local competition or the national competition. So that being said, let's get started with our first masterclass. Mr. Mark Neudelberg. His title is President of On the Ball. But what I like about him is his LinkedIn headline, and it says this: former college football coach delivering the disciplines of winning businesses. He has a great podcast in LinkedIn where he talks every day about how we can best achieve our results, our business results. And he talks about his former life as an athlete coach. I think you will find the information he has very interesting and useful. Let's give it up for Mr. Mark Neudelberg.
Hey guys, my name is Mark Neudelberg and I am the president of On the Ball. And at our company, we help organizations develop both their people and their process to make them successful. But I'm here to congratulate you guys. I'm here to congratulate you guys on the entrepreneurial spirit and mindset that it takes to start a business anytime, especially during a pandemic. But I think, at the core of being a great entrepreneur, and when you look at the successful people that have done it, the things that stand out are the belief in what they do, the belief in their idea, the resilience to battle through adversity and be able to overcome disappointment and obstacles, and the creativity to continue to adapt and iterate their process, their products, their services, whatever it is that they represent, in order to continue to make it successful as the environment around them evolves. So I am super excited to be able to be here to congratulate you on having that mindset, having that desire to do that during this time, and congratulate the people around you that have helped support you in this journey. And so to the mentors, to the parents, to the guardians, to the friends, everybody who you would put in your inner circle that has helped push you to do this, congratulations to you guys. And I'm glad to be able to be here to share with you. During this time, this virtual setting that has happened for everybody has caused people to really understand what it means to not only be successful in presenting when you were in person, but even harder in a virtual setting, because, you know, the best thing that you can do in a presentation is make people feel your passion, right? So for you guys, I know there's some guidelines. I know you're going to have 4 minutes to present. You know, you have to make sure that the people feel your belief in what you do in that short period of time. And so there are some great ways to be able to do that I'll talk about with you guys. But I think understanding that, especially in today's world, people's attention spans are very, very tight. So being able to use your body language, you know, being able to use your eye contact with the camera to look directly into it so people can see you, hear you, and feel you, right? In order for you to be able to convey your passion about what you're doing is really important. Being brief is important, but you can't be short. There's a difference. So understanding that you want to take people on a journey, on a short trip, and you're going to start them with your why. You're going to start them with why you created this business, what your passion was for it, what the problem was that you thought you could solve, and then a little bit about the journey on what got you there, right? The process of building the business, of finding the things out that allowed you to get to a point where you found this solution and what that solution is. So think about it as if you were going on a train ride. The starting point, the very first stop in the train line is the why. What got you to do this thing? What was the passion? What was the problem? And the journey and the stops along the way are maybe some obstacles that you overcame, some information that you found out, some feedback that you got, all that led you to the end of the train line, which is that solution, and which is why those people that you're speaking to should believe in your business and what you're doing. So keeping it simple is critical, because you have worked on this business. You've built it. You know the ins and outs of it, and you know everything. You cannot assume that the people across from you know the things that you know. So breaking it down to the very basic elements of what the business consists of, the problems that it's a solution for, and why that solution is the best solution for them is really important. And giving the information that you have that you can't assume that other people know is really important to present when you're doing that. While you're using your PowerPoint presentation to convey this message to them, remember that PowerPoints should not be used for anything other than notes. It should be a reminder for you. So as you're building your slides, pictures are the most important part, because people consume images at a far better rate than they do text. And don't expect your audience to read what you're putting on the screen. What you want the text to be are reminders for you on talking points. Oh yeah, I want to talk about this stat. I want to talk about this customer experience. I want to talk about the reason we're talking about this solution. So having bullet points of short little reminders for yourself to help keep you on track of taking your audience through this journey is really important. And having images that assist them in digesting your information is really important. So make sure that as you're building your slides, you have graphics that clearly communicate whatever it is that you're talking about, with short little bullet points of reminders for yourself on the talking points that you want to talk about. Okay. When you're presenting, be sure to be looking into the camera. Be sure to be looking at where your audience will be and not at your slides. Don't be turned around and reading off of them, or don't be looking down at your notes, reading certain things. You want to make sure that you hold eye contact with your audience the entire time that you present, because that will make them feel like they are in the room with you, that they are sitting right there in front of you and you have them captivated and you have their attention the entire time, and that they are the most important thing to you. When you're presenting this way and you're looking at it, make sure your lighting is the right way. Make sure your background is clean and organized. Make sure there's not people moving around in the back of it. So in this virtual presentation world, in this presenting from home world, it's become difficult for people to understand just the basic qualities of what a video presentation should look like. I have a ring light that ensures that the lighting around my studio setting is correct, right? I'm not backlit with a window behind me to where my face is very dark. My background is organized. It's not my bed that's unmade. It's a very clean and simple background. So when you're presenting these things, when you're in this setting and you're looking at, okay, here we go, this is what I want my space to look like, be thinking about all those things as you create them. And most importantly, I just want to wish you guys the best of luck, because I know that this is an exciting thing. I know that there is a lot of hope and desire to win and get to that point at the end of the year for the JA Spark Tank finale. But remember that the journey is the part that you should enjoy. The process of building the business, the process of coming up with the ideas and figuring out the problems and finding the solutions and building the team around you of people that you're working with, that is the most enjoyable part of business. It is all about the journey and not the end result. So enjoy every step of the way. I wish you guys the most success. I wish you guys that you have fun. Please have fun while you're doing it. Enjoy it. The best of luck. Until then, stay on the ball, get on the ball. Have a great event, guys. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mark. That was awesome. Love his energy, love his passion for what he does. And I have added a few slides just for friendly reminders of what we feel are best practices when you are public speaking. Let me remind you, I will ask you to participate at the end of this slide. So get prepared. Just, start thinking about what you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be necessarily about your business, but just think about how you can talk for 30 seconds, what you can talk about. So let's get started with the slides. We will go through them rather quickly, but I do want to share with you a couple of details that we have shared in the past and that I think are important as a friendly reminder. So let's get started. 8 secrets to be a successful speaker. Speak with your heart. That's exactly what Mark said, right? Speak with passion. Speak in a way that people know that you absolutely love what you're talking about. In this case, or thinking about your presentation for Spark Tank finale, I mean, it's your company, it's your product, it's your service. You've been working since September of last year to make this happen. Let everybody know how excited you are about it. And know who your audience is. Your audience at that point will be the sharks, right? 3 or 4 community leaders that want to know how you're doing, that will probably ask you a few questions and give you the opportunity to shine. That's all they want to do, and probably give you feedback. But know who they are, and I'm already telling you who they are. Begin with the end in mind. As always, picture what you want the result to be. Part of your JA company program curricula included visioning. I hope you remember what visioning was. That was picturing a time in the future and what you wanted that time to be like. Well, that goes back to begin with the end in mind. And public speaking is a skill and not a talent. Therefore, it's something that you can practice over and over just to be better every time. And I tell you that from my personal experience. I can't begin to tell you how afraid I was of speaking publicly back when we started this program in 2014. It was nerve-wracking. And I decided that Toastmasters was going to be the organization that will help me with my fear. And I think that it was very, very helpful for me. So let's give it up for another slide, and let's get this moving. Number 5. That talks about body language. And that's what Mark was saying. In this day and age, when we are all doing public speaking virtually, you want to look at the camera. You want to think that you're a TV personality and that everybody is right behind that small light. So go ahead and make sure to be conscientious about your body language. Breathe. Breathe slowly. Inhale slowly, hold and exhale. This is just for you to not be nervous and get really excited about your presentation. And obviously, practice makes perfect. There is no better way to feel confident about your public speaking skills than practicing over and over and over again. Obviously, feel like a winner. Feel it within you, and you'll be ready for your presentation. Next slide, please. These are the 8 secrets to be successful in speaking. Just like I said before, speak from your heart, know your audience, and in this case, your audience are going to be the judges and the sharks. And obviously, we'll have guests in the audience, but you want to talk to whoever is going to be interacting with you. And in this case, as I said, sharks and judges. Nail the beginning and the end. Be sure to prepare the first minute or so for your presentation, and obviously the last minute as well, just to wrap up your message. Said it before, public speaking is a skill and not a talent, so you're not born with it. You're able to work at it and get better each and every day. Be mindful about your body language, especially in this era where we are talking to a camera and not necessarily to somebody on their eyes. Reduce nerves by breathing, practice, and obviously picture yourself as a winner. Next slide, please. Oh, that's a picture of one of you guys. That was Marjorie Stoneman Douglas about 3 years ago when they won first place at the local level. And always, always picture yourself as a winner, no matter what you are working towards in your personal life or in your professional life. Learn from past winners. Exactly. There are a few, if not, there are actually quite a few YouTube videos from our own JA fellow students participating of Spark Tank, of Bootcamp, and Spark Tank finale competition on YouTube. You're more than welcome to check them out. You're more than welcome to send me an email and I will send you the links directly so that you get to see what we were doing back when we were still in person and we were holding all of these events at JA World. We hope that those times come back soon. But for now, we have to be ready to participate in virtual events. And that means getting ready and practicing, even if it's just looking at a little white light in front of you. Next, please. Learning from other participants. This is the amazing team at JA Fellows Dillard High School. A couple of years ago, SafeBlock was an extraordinary product that they created in order to provide safety to classrooms around not only the state, but around the country. And yes, they did an amazing job. And I still remember how they practiced over and over that speech that they ended up presenting in many other organizations, not only at Spark Tank Finale, but at Broward County Commission and our JA board members meetings and many others. Next, please. 3 important evaluation criteria. Okay, this evaluation is related to give feedback to other people who are presenting. So let's check out these slides rather quickly. Next, please. Yes, visual and context. Tell your story, successes, challenges, performance, and lessons learned. That's exactly what we are asking you. If you start reading a little bit on your Spark Tank Finale guidelines and criteria, that's what we're looking for. And Mark mentioned this a minute ago, right? The PowerPoint presentation is just about bullet points and notes and lots of images and pictures to show your story. So that's point number 1. Focus on your content and visuals. Next. Structure and key messages, strong beginning, strong end, key achievements, memorable ending. That's what's going to make your 4-minute presentation impactful. And I repeat, 4 minutes and 4 minutes only. We will let you know when you're almost hitting that mark. So be sure to be very concise when you're presenting. Next, please. Delivery and style. Oh my goodness, it warms my heart to see all these pictures. Those are Spark Tank Finale competitions that happened just a few years ago. And the students are exuding confidence, enthusiasm, their voice projection. The team right there is Atlantic Tech, if I'm not mistaken. And the Sharks are, you know, asking questions, giving feedback, your style, even if you see that subtle, if you see the way that they all dressed up, that is no coincidence. They decided to all wear black and red for their presentation. And I love it. It's a way for them to brand themselves. Next slide, please. Okay, it is going to be your turn. So let me get this started. You will have 30 seconds. Think about it. That's perfect. If you want to talk about something else, that is okay too. But we will need you to talk for 30 seconds, looking at the camera, thinking about your body. I want to see who is going to be yes. Recipe for Success shows. Absolutely. I love that. As videos, those are interviews that our Junior Achievement of South Florida CEO has been doing for the last couple of months. She interviews community leaders about their passion, their successes, and what is the recipe for success. So we would love for you to check out those videos as well. So now let's get started with our practice. Who is going to be the first person to win another gift card and to give us 30 seconds of their time practicing what we...
I'll do it.
Did I hear? All right, who is I? Logan? Oh no, well, that's what I was seeing.
I'll try, why not?
There you go, Logan. I love it. So hold on a second. Let me put my timer. Let me put my timer really quick.
Does it have to?
Your 30 seconds begin. Yes?
Wait, does it have to be, it has to be about a product, correct?
Not necessarily. You can talk about your product, which would be awesome, but it doesn't have to be about your product necessarily. You can go ahead and talk about whatever you're passionate about right now. Give us a beginning, give us an end, and be sure about your posture, and I will be your timer. Does that sound good?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. I mean, ma'am. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this timer, and your 30 seconds begin now.
All right, hello everyone, my name is Anastasia. Today I'm going to talk about the Easy Mask, a mask that comes in 2 colors, gray and black. The mask will be able to kill any bacteria that lands on the mask. It's easily breathable for you athletes out there. And it can be washed 45 times until you need another one. Very cheap, $4.50. And they come in two sizes, female and male. The male is the bigger one. The female is this one that's smaller. Thank you for your time. I was Logan Hassett.
Perfect. That was 35 seconds. that was very cool. Now, little bit of feedback. The energy, loved it. Passion, loved it. Information, right on point. There is only one thing that I would like to see. Anybody would like to give me some feedback? Maybe you can write it on the chat.
Maybe a bit too fast, but I do understand that it is a 30-second thing, but a bit too fast.
A bit too fast, but I think the energy was great. What I was looking for, and I don't see it, I don't see anybody in the chat, I don't see anybody giving feedback, that's fine. What I would say is maybe eye contact, looking into the camera. And I know this is something that we are all getting used to, right? It's something new. We're not used to talking to a little light in front of us, but that's probably what we need to do when we are in this day and age practicing our public speaking skills. So thank you, Logan. Be sure to send me an email. You have my email already because I know I've been sending tons of emails. So thank you, Logan. Alrighty. Somebody else that is interested in showcasing their product. Let's say, let's step it up a notch. How about 40 seconds?
Over here.
Interesting.
Javon Peter.
Javon, hi. Great to see you again. So let me reset the stopwatch and let me know when you are ready.
All right. So,
are we ready now?
Just to be clear, it doesn't have to be about the product, does it? Because
no,
I am passionate about other things. So.
No. It does not have to be about the product right now. It's about practicing the little tips and techniques that we just gave you. So if you're ready, your time begins.
No, hold on.
Oh, no?
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Okay, let me see if I can do this. All right,
Awesome.
I am ready.
And your 40 seconds begin now.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Javon Peter, and I would like to give you an insight into my story. Well, I am a very creative person, and I've always loved to draw since I was in 2011, since I was 8 years old in 3rd grade. Over the years, I've been making comics and I've been writing books, and I have in fact written at least 5 books, though they are not very well written. I do love them to death, and I've also drawn a lot of characters. I have my own book series, and I hope in the future to actually be able to animate a lot of it, especially a comic book that I'm working on. So that is my story for right now. I'm John Peter, and hopefully I can show you all some of my work later in the future. Thank you all very much.
That was awesome, and that was 45 seconds. Thank you so much. Anybody want to give some feedback?
Yes, the delivery was very good, but again, just like eye contact. But overall, it was pretty good.
Awesome, love it. Yeah, I would say the same. Eye contact, just a little bit of eye contact, and other than that, good energy, good flow, good tone in the voice. So I think we're almost ready for Spark Tank finale. Quick note, all students from Sagemont High School, I'm so excited that you guys are here. We've been partnering up for many years now, and I absolutely love working with Mr. Brown. Please turn on your cameras. Friendly reminder, cameras on. And thanks for the participation and for the feedback. So other than that, I think, oh, I actually thought his eye contact was good. Okay, perfect. Yes, I agree. Alrighty, let's give it. So I have 3 people, Sarah, Logan, Javon. Anybody else want to give it a try? And we will do 50 seconds now. Anybody interested in 50 seconds sharing a story? Elijah is not working. Her camera is not working. That's okay. I know I've been told that Olympic Heights high school students have all logged in right now. Ms. Lisa is letting me know about that, so that's cool. Welcome, students. We're really excited to have you here. I did know that you had a little bit of something to do before 9:30-ish. All righty. Okay, guys, so let's keep moving forward. Next slide, please. Okay, these are rules of the game. We did the game, but we did it a little bit different. I did not ask you to do 240 seconds, and I am okay with that. Evaluations and peer feedback. This is kind of what we did a minute ago. We want you guys to give feedback to your colleagues. Before the Spark Time finale presentation, go ahead and obviously practice and give yourself feedback. Do active listening. Talk about content and delivery that you're talking about, but the way you deliver your content is the make or break deal, especially in this type of competitions. And always keep your main purpose in mind, which is to support and encourage each speaker by giving proper feedback. Next slide, please. Don't assess personal qualities, only assess actions related to the speech. Well, obviously, this is about the speech and not the person. Motivate and inspire the speaker. Talk about the positives and then talk about the improvement or not. And always end your evaluation. I don't see the slides moving. For some reason, I don't see the slides moving. You guys see the slides? Okay, there you go. So how can I improve?
Yeah, it's a very bad lag on your end.
Please, every time you guys make a presentation, go ahead and ask your peers. Celebrate and, oh, my videos were starting to freeze up. Ooh.
Yeah, sometimes you do cut out and it's hard to understand you. Most of the time it's okay. And I can tell that you're having a lot of lag on your end because when the slides move here, they move pretty quickly and then it takes a while for you to see them.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Thanks for the feedback. I hear you guys. Okay, not a problem. So let's go ahead and go to slide number 28. And we will present our next master speaker. I'm very excited to present her. Her name is Anastasia Pavilanskaya. She is a local Channel 10 promotions producer. She's very young, very enthusiastic. We're super excited that she is joining us today. And by the way, she will also be joining us at the end of the year competition. She will be one of our judges. So she will actually give you some pointers and some tips and techniques on how to create a 1-minute commercial. Let's give it up for Anastasia.
everyone, and welcome to Learning How to Do a Video Commercial with Anastasia Pav Lanskaya, myself. This is a photo of me, a little bit younger, but I'm still pretty young. But I am a promotions producer at Channel 10. So even though I'm not much older than many of you, I am still working in my job, which is cool. It's a good thing for you to look for the future, because in this photo, I was an intern. So that is a cool thing that you can look forward to when you are entering the professional world. To start entering the professional world, you can do internships. And if you get so lucky doing an internship and learning about your industry, if you excel, sometimes you can end up in that industry like myself. So that is a very exciting thing to look forward to. And I highly encourage you all to tackle internships and to check those out when you are ready to do that. But we are going to be talking a little bit about today with making a commercial. And I'm excited to teach you all about that. Commercials and promotions are a big part of my life. Like I said, I'm the promotions producer at Channel 10. I'm one of the promotions producers. We work on a tight team. We're great and it feels like a family, but we also get a lot of work done. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So what is a promotion? What is a commercial? Basically, you have a product or an idea and you want to make sure you want to have eyes on it. So say in the example of Channel 10, we have news stories and news shows that we want people to be paying attention to. So how do we get that attention? Well, in our case, we make promos. But in advertising case, I mean, the Super Bowl was not too long ago. You have stuff like Coca-Cola and all these different products that maybe people all know well, or maybe there are certain products that are a little bit more new. I think there was a shaving hair shaver, a little bit different than stuff we've seen before, but whether it's an old product or a new product, they're all still facing the same challenges, the people who are the advertisers and the people who are trying to sell that product. How do we communicate with our people and what's the best way to do that? So we're going to talk about that today, and hopefully you'll be able to walk away with some commercials of your own. So first things first, you have to know your product. You have to know what you're talking about, because people can see right through you if you don't know what you're talking about. It's a big thing. At least on paper, know your product. So for example, today I'm going to be using a cell phone as the example product. We all know these very well. I can say I know this product a little too well, but you have to be knowledgeable, because you have to know why someone would even want a phone. I mean, yes, you know why I want a phone, or because we all know what a phone is, but say you have a product that people aren't as familiar with, you have to know why they would want it to begin with. So for example, with a cell phone, communication, that's the first things first. Communication, people want communication, and how do they get it? So who are those someones? Who wants communication? A lot of times you'll see phone commercials talking about long distance families who live across the country. I have family in Russia, so across the world in some cases, and you'll see how the phone connects those people. So that is one target group, but obviously many people want a phone. But when you're looking at your product, whatever it is, know why someone wants it and who they are, because you're not going to know who to talk to if you can't figure out who they are. And once you're going deeper, the next step, know what they're used to seeing. So if you're used to seeing, if your target audience is used to seeing commercials with cool, catchy jingles, and you know that they like cool, catchy jingles, then your cell phone commercial should have a cool, catchy jingle. If your target audience loves dogs and you want to target them, include dogs in your product or in your product imagery or whatever it is. But you have to really go deep in the psychology a little bit to think, what are they used to seeing? What is their environment? And lastly, know what gets their attention. So we all watched the Super Bowl. One of the things that we got to see a little bit of some cross promotion between CBS and Nickelodeon, which are all under the same company, Viacom CBS. So we got to see those cool Nickelodeon featurettes in the Super Bowl. And that got a lot of people's attention. I mean, it really did, because they know that their target audience is people who'd watch Nickelodeon. They're used to seeing slime and cool graphics and fun music, and that's what they used. So using all these things, think about what's the purpose of this commercial, boiling down to it. We talked a lot about different things, but what's the purpose? Then you're going to take all of those things and make a benefits list. Really go deep into what are the benefits of the product. So communication, mobility. I could take this thing anywhere. I could be on top of a roller coaster, mountain. Not that it'll always work, but I can bring it with me. So, and another one, creativity. Today we are going to be making commercials on our cell phones. So this is an awesome creative device. So those would be my 3 benefits of this product. And you do want to narrow the list down to 3, because you have all these different benefits. And especially if it's a product that you're creating, say that you're a young entrepreneur, you have something that you created. It's not the pen, it's the super pen. And you want to sell this product, but you have a million reasons why this product is the best. But no one has time to listen to a million reasons. No one has the attention span. They're going to pick up their phone and look at TikTok. So definitely you want to narrow it down, keep it simple. All communication, whether it's a commercial, an essay, or anything, you want to be direct and simple. So those are the things that I would like all of you to work on. So I'll give you about 30 seconds or a minute or so to write a benefits list for your product so you can get to the next step. Okay, if you did not finish up, it's okay. You can keep going, but once you have a little bit of a substantial list, just circle 3 different benefits that you want to focus on. Then we're going to use those benefits to write a script. Oh my goodness. Script writing is so fun. I get to do a lot of it in my daily life because that is a big part of what I do as a promotions producer. Basically, in my role, to give a little bit of a background, I am making promotions for the news station. So if you're ever seeing a commercial that is talking about Channel 10 on Channel 10, this girl may have been one of the people who's made it. So, but basically, as a producer, what that role entails is that I'm writing the script, I'm putting together the initial edit, and then we're working with graphic designers who are awesome to polish it up. But in this case, we're gonna all do it ourselves because we are powerful and we are empowered. So use your benefits list and write that script, because that will be the best way to know this is the direct bullet point that I want to talk about. Then decide what type of visuals you're going to use. Say that you have something that's very specific in your writing and you're talking about every single day we are trying to block out the noise. If you want to have that sort of visual, you have to write it in your script and plan for it. So if you want to say, every day I see purple dinosaurs walking on the moon, that's going to be a little bit more of a difficult visual. So definitely, not only when you're making that decision about what kind of visuals you're going to use in your script, make sure that they're also within your means of production, because that's a big thing. You can make great content, and again, in a very simple way. So definitely make sure to keep it simple and don't overthink it. But decide what kind of visuals you're going to use, because you're going to want to write to the script and write to the visuals as well. Then decide if you're going to do on-camera voices. Like right now, you see my face, I am talking to you, and there's nothing else. Other than, of course, the presentation. But this is a direct-to-camera, on-camera sort of presentation. Or you can decide if you want to use a voiceover. So say you just want to show visuals of, say, these headphones, we're showing the headphones and different things, and you're talking over it. The voice is over the video. That's a voiceover. So those are the 2 different elements that you can use in communicating with a narrator. on camera voices or a voiceover. And you're gonna wanna make that decision because it's a different tone you take when, say, I am doing a video and I'm talking directly to you as a viewer or as an audience member, or I have this, I'm talking as like an ominous voice, you know? So it's a bit of a different style, and you're gonna wanna make that decision at the very beginning. Then you're gonna take all those decisions and create your script with descriptions of visuals and written words. So for example, at Channel 10, we make a lot of promos that are 15 seconds to 30 seconds. But I know today, some of the commercials that you'll be working on will be a minute long, which is great. It's so awesome to have all of that freedom to communicate your message. So, but that is still a time limit. So you want to make sure once you write your script, you read through your script and time it out in your head. It's never going to be exact, but at least try to time it out as close as you can. So that way, when you record it, you're not like, oh, boo, I messed up. And it's never a mess up, but it is a lot easier with all communication, especially with production and video production, to establish it at the pre-production level, because later on it's harder to go back. And sometimes you'll hear this joke, we'll fix it in post. Well, as many of you know, many of you are making TikToks, I'm sure. When you do something initially before the edit and you do everything right, the right way, and you plan it out and you do it accordingly, it's a lot easier to manage than if you don't do it, if you don't do the planning and then, oh no, I have to go back to do it again. So definitely take these things into consideration. And feel free to take some time out to do this, decide what type of visuals you're going to use, and start to kind of take those notes down. Really, a lot of writing, I will say, is just putting words on paper. I'm definitely someone who overthinks things often. It took me a while to make this video, but it's one of those things where you have to just go and start doing words. So there, you can think of a complex way to describe this phone, but again, just be like, okay, communication, mobility, what are the different ways that I can use that to link into a direct message? And I do want to add to this list, another important thing to consider in your script is a call to action. So what do you want them to do? Is it buy a phone? Okay, at the very end, you have to have contact your local cell phone dealer, your local cell phone store to get a phone, whatever it is. Or if it's, for example, a local 10 event, sometimes we'll tell people, go to local10.com, and then this is when this is happening. So definitely, those are different aspects to consider when you're writing your script. And especially if it's an event, that call to action is so important. And the call to action in an event is join us on XYZ date at XYZ time. Because if people are watching your commercial and they don't know what they watched, they don't know what the product is, they don't know when the event is that's happening that you are advertising, then the communication was not effective. So you want to make sure you're being effective and efficient and simple, but also creative. Time, location, people, and equipment. They say we used to include equipment, but you still have to, if you're doing something of a bigger project, you do have to consider getting the people and the things organized logistically. So coordination is key. Figure out in your commercial, say you want to have 3 people doing voiceovers, or 3 people, sorry, on camera directly talking to you. So if that is the case, you have to book those 3 people, find out when they're available, find out when they could all meet up. Say one person has soccer practice this day and another person can't make it, or whatever. People have all different types of lives. Part of being a producer is trying to figure out how you can get those different elements, those different puzzle pieces into one product to be able to shoot your product. So figuring your time, your date, your location, your people. If it's a smaller project, obviously you're not going to have a big crew, but if it's a larger project, you do want to consider stuff like Are we going to be feeding people or any of these things? If when you're doing a short, it's very different from a feature film, but all of these elements at the base are still true for all productions you do. So coordinate with your people, communicate. Communication is very important. This is all about communication. Your product is communication. So make sure that that communication is clear beyond the advertisement as well, and that you are always checking in with people to make sure that things are running smoothly. But we are, again, keeping it simple today. So maybe today you're not going to have all of these different things, all these different elements to work with, but there are things to consider for future projects, because hopefully you feel very inspired today and you go on to make many other videos as well. So rules for using your phone, this amazing product that we've been talking about all day. Your phone, a lot of times, many of you view videos that are shot like this, vertical. And while that is good for social media videos, the more proper way to shoot video is horizontal, because if you watch the TV, you always see it's horizontal. So always shoot horizontally. Also, first things first, make sure you have a clean lens, because you don't want to shoot a whole commercial and then you have someone's like little ketchup stain on your lens, because that is a problem. So make sure to have those things accordingly from the get-go. Shoot horizontal. Also stay close. If you're only using the phone audio, you definitely want to stay close, because the microphone from the camera can only pick up so far. But stay as close as you can and don't go too wide, because a lot more visuals are interesting, unless a lot more interesting when they're closer up, but unless that's intentional. But try to stay as close as you can. Not too close, obviously you don't want to see anyone's nostrils, but something of this manner, this would be like a center medium close-up shot. This is a good sort of setup for if you're doing advertising. Another thing, no distractions behind the subjects. I know I'm a little bit distracting today, but because I have a plan, all that stuff, but that's not too bad. It would be a lot more distracting if like I had a dancing unicorn behind me. Make sure that there are no puppies. I know you heard my dog barking a little bit earlier. Make sure that there's nothing distracting in the background, because you will not be able to pay attention to me if there's a dancing unicorn or a puppy or anything engaging in the back. So especially if you're shooting outside, if you're at a park, be aware of your shot. Always be aware of your frame, because that goes for multiple levels. Not just from distractions. Sometimes when we're filming people, especially if it's kids, you don't want to show kids' faces unless you have consent from their parents, because if you go to a park and film other kids, yeah, you're a kid too, but it's within people's rights. So you want to make sure that everyone's a willing participant of your video, or else it's a prank show. And I know those are cool, but you want to make sure everyone's on the same page. So no distractions, make sure everyone's a willing participant, and be respectful to those around you. The other things, make sure your subject is in focus. So it's hard for me to do it on a camera right now because my camera is very flat, but sometimes you'll see on videos, they could be a little bit blurry or whatever. On the phone, all you need to do to unblur it is just tap it to focus it, the camera, and that will help you. So make sure your subject is in focus, and no distracting noise. I broke the rule earlier, my puppy was barking, but no distracting noise. Try to keep the distractions to a minimum, because that will deter from your message. So one of the things you can do if you want to help avoid distractions is using a mic. This is not the type of mic that you are going to be using for this, but we'll use a lavalier mic, which is a little bit of a smaller type of microphone. And that helps to isolate the sound. So you'll hear me a lot more clear, but you won't hear my outside noise. So if you do have a microphone available to you, that's great. If not, then make sure to try to keep it close, try to be in a less echoey room. If you're doing voiceover, try to go in your closet. It sounds funny, but if you go in the closet with all the clothing, the padded noise, it does help to not have those echoes and those different sounds. So you can definitely get a clean voiceover that way. But ultimately, when you are working on your project, just make sure to be focused yourself with your camera as well. So you have to just be aware of what is in your shot. But remember, horizontal, 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 because that is what the TV is like. Then yes, you have shot your video. Once you've gotten to this point, it's so exciting. But a lot of times we have all these different types of visuals. Maybe you got some bloopers that you're like, oh, that would be so funny to include. No matter how good the visuals, make sure to stick to your script. Because again, we worked so hard in the pre-production. Make sure to stick to that plan. That script is your plan, your project plan that you will use to execute, to keep yourself on track and to make sure that the message is still clear. So stick to your script and use music that adds to your message, not distracting. So say I want to have a video of a girl with her little puppy, and that's this cute video, but then I have heavy metal going over it. Those two ideas don't sound as great. Those two things don't work as well. But if you want to have like classical music or fun, playful music playing over this video of a girl with her puppy, that fits a lot more, because heavy metal over puppy video, no matter how cute the puppy, heavy metal is a little bit distracting. It doesn't fit. Say you want to use heavy metal for a commercial, there are other commercials you could use it for, but you want to make sure that these things flow, that the puzzle pieces fit together, and that the communication is clear. So remember, it's the message that counts. Keep it simple, keep it clear, and stay on track with your plan. Last things you want to make sure to consider, don't forget to show the product. Because a lot of times, I mean, you actually see some advertisers do this where you see a commercial and you're like, what was the product? What was that? I don't have no idea what that was a commercial for. So while that is an artistic choice, I would not encourage to do that. The best thing to do is learn the rules. Then eventually, if you want to break the rules a little bit and be creative, you can, but know how to do the formula first. That's the best thing. Like it's the same thing with math. There are many ways to get to a solution, but learn the way that your teacher is teaching you first. So learn how to do that the right way, and then you can do it in different ways. But remember to show the product, describe the product so we understand what the product is, list your 3 benefits, say where to get your product. So it's basically the who, what, when, where, why. Say where they can get the product, and ask viewers to buy it, the call to action. Hey, we're ready with new cell phones. Buy now. You could buy it at the cell phone store. Communication, creativity, and mobility. All these different things in one product, your cell phone. Not in that order, but those are things that you want to cover. So again, remember to show the product, describe the product, have your 3 benefits, where you can get the product, and ask viewers to buy it, if that is the case. If you are making a PSA, ask people to volunteer or ask viewers to visit a website. Whatever it is, make sure you know what the point is, because if not, then it's a cool video, but there's no point. So make sure you have a point. So we're going to actually watch a couple of past commercials because we had some awesome winners of the Spark Tank in the past. So one moment, I will put this up. So here are two commercials that were created by fellow Spark Tank finale people. So one moment, let me pull these up for you. Here was the best commercial for Spark Tank.
You hold in your hands the power to heal our hurting world. We like to think that it's perfect, but the reality is we're far from it. This is why we created Woven, to help anchor support in our community and show that we do care. Woven helps our polluted oceans, neglected animals, those in need, and our forgotten veterans. No longer will we remain bystanders to these problems. Let's take action. Let's get woven. Woven needs your help in giving back to our community by supporting local causes. You can be a part of creating change today by getting a woven bracelet. For only $5, you are directly helping to clean up our oceans, prevent animal negligence, help those in need, and get our veterans back on their feet. We need your help. Woven may not be saving the entire world, but it is helping to save theirs. Visit wovenja.com and purchase your woven bracelet now.
Woo! That was awesome. Some things that we got to see in that commercial before we move on to the next example commercial. Those visuals, oh my goodness. That was awesome to see the different looks of the bracelet. So you have emotion. We're evoking emotion here. We're seeing people getting married, these different moments that matter. Something I really like about this script that this student did, that won Best Commercial, was they do something very fun here.
Why we created Woven, to help anchor support in our community and show.
To help anchor support while showing a picture of an anchor. Amazing. That's great. We love direct puns. That's what I'm saying. Right to your visuals. Make sure you know what you're going to be talking about, because when people see that, they're like, huh, I got that. That's really smart. It catches your attention. This commercial, it shows the product off well. So you see the braids, you see all these things. It shows the price. It's very direct. So this is a great example of a commercial. And here is a PSA that was done as well.
Winter at South Florida has found one of the best ways to positively impact communities around us. We have created the Love Bag, which contains necessities that people need in their everyday lives. There's no other feeling like the one I felt when I first gave a Love Bag to a homeless man. The way his face lit up, and he thanked me for my bag, was something I'll never forget in my entire life. For just $5, you too can make the same impact I did on those in need around us. To get involved, visit our website at oneheartsfl.com. You can make a difference.
Awesome. That was another great example of a PSA. That's awesome what you can see what people do. They were very clear with emotion. And that example, you had someone directly to the camera versus doing the voiceover like had you seen previously. And it was very effective. I mean, I would love to find out where I could find that product. So take all these things that you've learned today and make your own commercials. I know you have it in you. Remember, keep it simple, keep it clear. Who, what, when, where, why? Why do we want the product? And where can we get it? And all of those things are so important. So thank you so much. I hope that you all continue in your journey with media. I was just like you when I was a kid. I actually went to Cooper City High School and I did the TV program there. So I have been involved with TV production and video production since I was also in school. It's a great way to, start your journey and to continue your journey throughout. So definitely check out Internships If you want to email me after this for any advice or for any information, my email is apavlanskaya@wplg.com. I will provide that for the JA World people so they can share that information as well. I look forward to seeing your commercials, and thank you so much, JA World, for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you, Anastasia. I hope you enjoyed that presentation as much as I did. And now it's time for another prize. I am going to keep my camera off just in case. So the question is on your chat box right now. Give me 3 aspects you must consider when writing your script. And I want 3 aspects, and I want somebody new. So who is ready to share 3 aspects you must consider when writing a script? Jacob Foster, I love it. Benefits list, yes. Visuals and voiceover. Beautiful. Jacob, you are number 4 in our list. Gabrielle also shared time, location with people. Coordination is key. Know how to get your audience attentions, know your benefits. Awesome. Thank you, Gabrielle. Alrighty, so let's move on. We have our next guest speaker. Her name is Violet Nikolishi Lowry. She has been a JAA Fellows mentor for many, many years now. And she will talk with you guys about how to create an amazing JA annual report. And let me ask you something. Have you guys had the opportunity to open up the PDF document that I shared with you last night and early this morning with the guidelines for Spartan Finale? I would love for you guys to open that document and start reading a little bit about what is required, what are the guidelines, what is the judging criteria for the JA annual report. That will give you a framework to what Violet will talk to us in just a minute. After she talks, I will ask another question. And after Violet, I am going to invite a colleague of mine that I have such pleasure to work with, and she will tell you something, a new initiative that we are working on at Junior Achievement, and it's related to summer internships available for you guys. So keep tuned. Let's get started with Ms. Violet Nikolishi Lowry.
Good afternoon, and my name is Violet Lowry, and I'm the Director of Student Services at Kaiser University, Fort Lauderdale. And today I'm going to talk to you about the Junior Achievement Annual Report. So let's start off. The Junior Achievement Annual Company Report is an opportunity to showcase the team's overall business performance and what was learned and achieved throughout the JA Fellows Company Program experience. And I know that due to COVID, you all have been doing things remotely, and I want to ensure that you know what to do and you are prepared. So here are the guidelines for the annual report. So it's a single business document, not a series of repetitive director reports. So it's just a single document, and it must be written by company members and should be original and innovative in approach. Company members to provide details of your activities and then combine the information into one cohesive document. This is really important so it could be consistent and you could deliver the message that you are trying to convey about what happened in your particular company. The format should feature concise and organized information and not a creative writing essay. So make sure it's detailed just like you see my bullet points here on the screen. It should be concise like that. So any interesting and unique activities undertaken by the Junior Achievement Fellow Student Company should be completed and included as well. The companies are strongly encouraged to include photographs of their product services, charts, infographics, or other appropriate visual elements. So if you are creative and you can include certain elements with respect to what took place at your company and the products and all of that, it would convey the message of what your company actually did. So a PDF document of the report must be submitted electronically to Martha Rios, okay? Her email address is Martha, M-A-R-T-H-A, at jasouthflorida.org as part of the company's competition registration. So make sure that you do that. And it's a maximum of 8 pages or less, 8.5 by 11 is the sheet permitted. So no appendices are allowed, and the minimum font size to be used is 12 points. The report must be free from actual factual spelling or grammatical errors and should be visually pleasing. So make sure that it's crisp, clear, and concise when you are doing your annual report. So the cover is in addition to the 8 pages, and it should include your company name, year of operation, name of volunteer, teacher, school, and local junior achievement area, city, state, and the page must be an executive summary, a 1-page executive summary, and must include the company name and or logo, mission statement, product, service description, summary of financial results, summary statement of junior achievement company performance, index of junior achievement company report content. So for example, here are some cover pages that have been presented from past Junior Achievement Fellows companies. So as you can see right at the top there is the company name, what their product was and their logo. It says annual report, the year, Junior Achievement South Florida, because that's what you are, Junior Achievement South Florida, and the teacher's name, the school, and the date and address. So as you can see, these are a couple of examples. Here's another example, hydro walkers, and it just gives you an idea as to what you need to do for your Junior Achievement Annual Report. So the executive summary can look like this. As you can see, it is crisp, clear, and concise. You could probably go into Word and pick some type of a newsletter, and it may even have an executive summary in there, but you can put a box where it has a table of contents, and it could be presented just like you see on here. So it's simple, and it's clear and concise, and the person can easily follow what you're trying to convey to them. So a competitive advantage example, again, you want to clearly state at the top what it is, have a picture or two, and then talk about what it is, why your company is better. Here's an example of your marketing document. So anything that you did to market your products and services, even during COVID, put on there what you did. So if you had a website, or if you had something that was on Facebook or on Twitter or social media, you want to include that as well. And don't forget, you need to add your letter to the stakeholders. And here's an example. You can just have the format as a regular letter and have your letter logo at the top as well. The financial report is very important. So whomever is in charge of finances at your company, you make sure that they have the annual report. And here is how it can be structured. It will say finance, and it has all of your financial activities, statement of activities, and that's a way that you could structure it. So the judging criteria as follows: the guidelines and compliance. The report should adhere to the guidelines noted above. This includes meeting page number requirements, including the executive summary, avoiding spelling or grammatical errors, and attention to visual appearance. So that's important. You want it to be visually appealing so they can scan over and see what is important in the document. Financial performance. The company should include information about financial performance, including break-even analysis, capitalization, total units sold, revenue generated, expenses incurred, profit margin, investor return, and liquidation. A financial statement of activities, profit and loss statement, or liquidation report is also required. So make sure that is really important. They want to know what you did in your company. What are the financial structures? So for example, when you're going to present, you want to make sure that this is very visible as to what you've done. Innovation. The report should demonstrate how the company's product, service, or specific business strategy incorporated innovation and/or innovative thinking and how that impacted the overall business performance. So what did you do? What were some unique ideas? What is your differentiating factor from someone else? What is the competitive advantage? Marketing and sales strategy methods. The company should share specifics on marketing and sales activities. This may include information on overall marketing strategy, your target audience, competitive advantage, products, services, features, and benefits, sales methods, and customer service techniques. You want to make sure that you include all of that. Students are strongly encouraged to provide examples of any social media pages, which I mentioned before, websites, advertisements, or local or other resources created to support these efforts. So make sure you include all of that, because at the end of the day, your marketing, your sales strategy is what's going to drive your financial outcomes. Then you want to talk about your leadership and organization. So the report should showcase company leadership and describe how they were identified, how they motivated the employees, describe strategies used to achieve company goals. So how did your company function? Talk about that. Talk about everybody's leadership role. What did you all do as a company? How did you come together? Did you not come together? Was there cohesiveness? And share how processes were developed and improved to maximize business performance. And then you want to do the learning experiences and future application. So the company should share any successes, challenges, failures, or key learning activities from the Junior Achievement Company Program experience, as well as include examples of how this experience will shape future plans of the company or its members. So thank you so much. I wish you much success. I know you all did a great job, and I know that I'm proud of you, and Junior Achievement is proud of you for sticking it through the Junior Achievement Fellows Program. Have a great day.
Thank you, Violet. That was a lot of information, and I hope that you took notes, because let's start. I have two questions for this presentation, and the first question is on your chat box right now. Tell me how many pages maximum the annual report must have, and what must you include in the cover page? So those are two questions in one. So yes, it's 8. But what must you include in that cover page? You can also talk if you want to talk.
You have to include if I'm correct, you have to include an image of your company and your what is it called? Your
the company
reason
name, yes. What else?
Your reason for business.
Wait, the cover page?
Yeah, you have to put your reason of business on the front page, correct?
Not your reason for business. Your company name, yes. And 8 pages long, yes. Somebody else?
Put the name of your volunteer and your school.
Yes.
Your city and state.
Yes.
Your logo and company name.
Correct. Got 2 more.
Mission statement.
Your mission statement on the cover page?
Year of operation?
Correct, year of operation, and just 1 more.
Your logo.
Remember us, we are here. We are JA, and where are we? You almost had it. Company name, year of operation, name of your volunteer, name of your school, city and state, and
JA South Florida.
Exactly, JA of South Florida. Awesome. So who was? I couldn't. What's your name?
I answered the last part.
Alejandra. Yes, you answered the last part. You helped her. Who was the person answering first?
Alejandra.
Alejandra. All right, Alejandra, you send me an email. All right, let's do 1 more question, guys. I do want to ensure that we know what we are talking about. So now let's talk about the executive summary. That you must include quite a few items there, and I'm only going to ask for 3 at this point. So give me 3 items that you must include in your executive summary, and some of them you already talked about.
Can I answer this one?
Can you say that again for me?
Can I answer this one?
Yes, of course.
For the executive summary, 3 things you need. You need a company name or like a logo. You need a mission statement. And
mission statement, correct. So company logo, company name, mission statement. Do you want to say one more?
Yeah, like a product or service, like a description of it.
Correct, the product, service, or description. And I'm just going to share the other ones. Summary of your financial results, summary of your statement of JA company performance, and an index of what's going on in that annual report. So those are the 3 options. What's your name?
Kennedy Clark.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Kennedy Clark.
Kennedy. Hi, Kennedy. Already, Alejandra and Kennedy. And now thank you guys, that was awesome. Let's move on. I now am very, very excited to introduce my colleague and friend, Anna Kaver. When I think about passion, good energy, goal-oriented, team player, that is Anna. You guys are in for a treat. She's going to talk about our summer youth employment opportunities. And she is live with us today, so she'll be able to answer some questions. So Anna, the stage is yours.
Hi, Martha. Hi, students. You're doing so great today. Learning so much. It's an amazing event for you. Well, I'm Anna. I'm Youth Employment Manager here at Junior Achievement of South Florida. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for investing in your future success. You're doing so much. You're doing a great job. You've gone so far in Fellows program. I believe that your success will be successful for all of us. It will ensure a successful future for all of us. Well, I trust that you're learning a lot of skills that are essential for the workforce. And as you see, my title says Youth Employment Manager. So what does that mean? That to ensure that in your future and your careers, you absolutely shine through all your careers and your jobs, I would like to offer you a real work experience this summer. So we have quite a few students like you, high school students in different programs, career bound, fellows. There are different programs through all the schools. And after you learned all those workforce skills that you just discussed and that you're inquiring through fellows program, I would like to offer you an opportunity to practice them. So this summer, starting from June 14th up to August 13th, we offer summer internships. You will be able to participate in different jobs like web marketing, let's say administrative assistant, help teams with sales. There are multiple jobs that are being offered to practice your soft skills. And soft skills are communication, teamwork, public speaking, engaging and building relationships. Those are the skills that you will need in future in any job you take. If you're a doctor, you need personal branding. If you're a finance specialist, you need to know how to network and how to sell your services. Even if you're going into interview, you better know how to sell yourself and your skills, of course. And this opportunity that we offer this summer going to help you to achieve all your goals in future. The process is very simple, and I will be happy to share the process with you after we watch a couple testimonials. Last year, we have employed 52 students. They went into multiple jobs. Some of the jobs were in person, some of the jobs were virtual. And guess what? We didn't just leave you with the virtual opportunities. We have invited all of the students to our amazing JA world, and I'm sure most of you have been in our JA world, and you got your personal office with your laptop, an amazing, comfortable workspace where me and my team were supervising you and helping you with your work assignments. What a fun adventure. So you will have a choice of different jobs, but let's see what our students, what your peers have to say about last year experience.
My name is Huguette St. Hubert, and I work for SOS Children's Villages this summer, and it has been an amazing experience. My experiences have been amazing. I've worked in different departments, such as the development department and administration. I must say that working with the children, especially their foster children, it was really a great experience to see the work behind the scenes and the things that the children go through, because it's really hard for them and they really need to gain somebody else's trust in order to be happy. So I had to play a huge role in that situation. The skills I have acquired will definitely help me in the future. And I've gained a huge passion for social services, and I might choose that as a career path in the future. The power of networking is beautiful. Once you start communicating with an employer, it goes a long way. So it definitely to sell your personal brand and definitely acquire the skills necessary, and the future will be bright. I just want to say thank you to Junior Achievement for this amazing opportunity. Without Junior Achievement, I wouldn't be where I am today. And a huge thank you goes to SOS Children's Villages for providing this opportunity as well. And thank you to the beautiful supervisors that helped me throughout this experience.
Students, well, what do you think? Can you put some reactions? Did you like the testimonial? Do you think our students got a great experience this year? Give me some thumbs up, thumbs down if you liked what. Thank you, thank you. I see some live thumbs up. And what do you think? One more testimonial? Would you like to hear about another experience with the web marketing and building websites? I see some yes in the chat, thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, well, let's watch what Timmy has to share with us.
My name is Timmy Adelakun. This summer, I was a junior intern at the Monaco Group, and I was in charge of white papers and case studies, and we were trying to help update the website. And not only update the website, there was an update in logo and font styles and anything like that with marketing. A few skills I learned was communication, leadership, working with the team, being on time, time management. My favorite part of this entire experience was being able to come to JA and them giving me a nice location, a safe location with well sanitized, and gave us a good environment to work in. If you're looking for a job experience with Junior Achievement, I would advise that you really be open on what company you're trying to work for. In my case, I was working for a tech company, and I would have never thought that that would have been something I would have been doing, but it worked out really well, and I would say to keep your mind open whenever you're presented an opportunity. This experience has been amazing, and I think this is a good tool that I can use. All the skills I learned, I can apply this to my everyday life, no matter what adventure or what avenue I take. I'm actually very open in what I want to do, so this was a good idea and helped me choose something that I'm interested in and help me eliminate what I'm not interested in. In my case, I am planning to pursue a double major in biology and theater in Pomona College, but outside of that, I'm very open. I'd like to give a big thank you because this has been a great experience. It was something that I really enjoyed and I really learned a lot from.
I don't know how about you, but I can watch these testimonials all day long. I love the students. We really made amazing connections. We helped them all the way through the program, and now they are successful. Some of the students reached back out and said that they found permanent jobs. Some of the students were actually hired by the companies that they had internship with. Well, I won't take your time for any longer. I hope I sparked your interest. My mission was just to motivate you to participate in this amazing opportunity this summer. The process is very simple. Miss Martha and I will send you through the email the survey. The survey is due by March 10. That will allow to identify your interest. And also I offer interview and resume coaching sessions. So you will be able to sign up for a resume or interview coaching session that will benefit you in life in general, and that will help you with your internship. So as I said, the program starts at June 14th until August 13th. You can be interned for any 5 weeks through these months. So internship is about from 3 to 5 weeks, from 20 to 30 hours a week, and it's a paid opportunity. So not only you get to practice the skills and learn new knowledge, you're also going to get compensated for it. Thank you so much for your attention. Good luck, guys, and I hope I will meet you in person or virtually for your summer internships.
Thank you so much, Anna. The information was very valuable. All right, students. And now what we're going to do is, that's for Anna. And now what we're going to do is we're going to ask you one more question, which is very, very simple. And I want to reiterate what Anna said. We will send you an email early next week, Monday or Tuesday, with the recording of this video and with a survey, because we want to know if you're interested in being part of this amazing opportunity. Do you want to work throughout the summer in corporations that are willing to mentor you, where you can put into practice all of the interpersonal skills that you've learned throughout the program? I hope you're interested. So the question is, when is the summer youth employment due? Gabrielle, March 10th. All right, Gabrielle, I'm writing your name down. Gabrielle and everybody else will be sending me an email, and I'll be sending you back your gift card. So I'm very excited about it, and let's move on to our next subject. All right, students, let's try and use our camera again. As I mentioned before, I'm going to talk about the guidelines and criteria that you guys should consider in order to be prepared for the JA Fellows Spark Time Finale competition, which is happening on April 17th. The document is part of the PDF that I sent you earlier today and last night. I hope you can open it up. I hope you took notes from our guest speakers, and let's get started. This slide talks a little bit about what you have been doing throughout the program. When you started the program back in September and October, you guys decided on what product or service you were going to implement. You guys elected a leadership team in your company. You elected the president of your company and the VP of each of the business units. You guys had about 5 weeks in order to set up your business before launching. Launching was the next step. You started to run your business, you started to sell your product, you went ahead and worked all the logistics and supply chain in order to be ready to sell. You also participated of Spark Tank. That happened last November when you received feedback from accomplished community leaders. It was still virtual, but you did receive feedback from them. Then you guys went into winter break. Now, today is Bootcamp, when we are giving you all of the resources that we hope you will find interesting and important in order to create JA deliverables to participate at the end of the year competition. We have talked about the annual report with Ms. Violet. We talked about the commercial with Ms. Anastasia, and we talked about how to make best virtual presentations. So we are hoping that we encourage you to finish this program strong. Next slide, please. This is the JA Fellows timeline. The deliverables that we are talking about today, which are two specifically, one is the JA annual report and the other is the commercial. They are due on Monday, April the 5th. What I mean by due is by the end of the day, those two commercials or those two deliverables, the commercial and the annual report, should be in my inbox. By that Friday, we will have had our judges and sharks evaluate the materials, and we will announce the finalists that will be participating of our end of the year competition. At the moment, we have more than 20 student companies running this program. There are 20 companies running the program in Broward. We will have 8 companies participate of the end of the year competition. By Thursday, April 15th, the finalists, those 8 finalists, will submit their stage presentation PowerPoint to me. That PowerPoint should be similar to the one you used during Spark Tank back in November, but this time those will have the results of your business and not your plans, the results and the outcomes of your business. By April 15, we also require all students to fill in the mandatory program post survey before you actually participate of the end of the year competition and participate for internships and scholarships. And the reason for that is we need information for our databases and also for our sponsors, because we need to show what are the outcomes. How is it that you went from the pre-survey to our post-survey? So I will obviously remind you via email, but please ensure to put that in your calendar. Finally, the end of the year competition happens that Saturday, April the 17th. It will be in the morning. I will provide further details, but mark your calendar because we want to celebrate your accomplishments and the hard work that you have done with passion and enthusiasm throughout the year. That's the summary of the timeline. Let's talk about the 2 JA deliverables that, again, are due on April the 5th. The JA company report, as we've already mentioned, is an 8-page document that showcases the overall business performance of your company. This is a maximum of 8 pages long. The document should include pictures, and I'm going to show a few examples just once again for you guys to see them. And the second deliverable is the JA commercial. Again, this is an opportunity to showcase the company. They are only one in our JA Fellow program here in South Florida. Next slide, please. All right, these are the 2 questions that I was before. Cover operation, that would be name of volunteer and local JA area. I'm hearing that I'm going in and out. Can you hear me now? Can I get some thumbs up if you can hear me? Alrighty, thank you, Logan.
Yes, I can hear you.
So once again, I was letting we mentioned It should include the company name, your company name, the year of operation, 2021, and contains. Next slide, please. All right. So I want to ensure that I just took a screenshot of that I sent you via email. I just want to ensure that you guys open up that document. Exactly what I highlighted in this document. I want to ensure that you know you have that to include I don't know, the name J of South Florida or the state we are in. Just be sure to follow the instructions to the T. Double check. Next slide should be about a couple more examples and also
Okay, while Miss Martha gets that figured out, we'll go over these slides. So we were on the company report. The cover should include the company name, the year of operation, the name of the volunteer, the teacher, the school, and the local JA area, which is us, JA of South Florida, and the city and state. And then the executive summary should include the company name or logo, mission statement, product service description, summary of the financial results, the summary statement of the JA company performance, and an index of the report. Do you have any questions on any of that? You can put them in the chat also if you think of anything.
The index would be like a table of contents, correct?
Absolutely, yep.
Okay.
Alrighty, then here are some samples. And I know they're kind of small, there's some screenshots. So if you maybe want a closer sample, maybe you can reach out to Ms. Martha and she can provide that. These are some cover pages. And I believe this is the same information, just in case we can review again. If you want to take a screenshot, or I don't know if you already have this information in front of you. And then here's an example of the executive summary. This is what the table of contents looks like. Yep, just like an index. Here's another one. Alrighty, and then the timeline is Monday, April 5th for the company report and the commercial, and the finale is in April as well. So just get working on all of those. And once again, this whole meeting will be recorded. So if you want to refer back to the commercial presentation or any of the other presentations, we can share the recording with you. And here is a sample of a commercial. Thank you, Fabi, for taking over while my connection was having some issues. Last but not least, just wanted to share that the third stage during Spark Tank finale consists of a virtual competition stage presentation, very similar to Spark Tank back in November, and then an interview. This year, we will not be able to have the trade show competition, obviously, but we will have an interview competition available for you all. 5 students from your student company will be interviewed in a private setting virtually about the results of their company and the lessons they learned and the experience they learned throughout the implementation of the program. Last but not least, you will have the opportunity to compete for 2 awards. The Outstanding Young Business Person Award, which consists of an essay that you will want to submit and a virtual interview, and finally, a senior scholarship. Students must be seniors, obviously, and must already be enrolled in an accredited university or community college. We ask you to submit a 500-word essay, and there is a cash prize that will be deposited directly into your university or technical school. The deadline for both of these entries is Tuesday, April the 16th. That is 1 day after both of your deliverables are due. Both of them, send them to my email. Those are the 2 last awards that we have available for you at the end of the school program. Finally, just wanted to remind you about the liquidation process. The timeline to close all of your bank accounts is 1 month after the April 17th competition. That is May the 17th.
And by May the 31st, all bank accounts must have a balance of $100. Any accounts that have a balance over that will be donated to the Junior Achievement of South Florida Fellows Program. Again, below this, I'm just sharing once more the timeline for the deliverables. As of now, please remember that April 5th is the day that you guys will be submitting your 2 deliverables, the annual report and the commercial. All right, and last but not least, we do have one last prize before we finish up our event. And the question is very, very simple. Can you tell me when are those 2 deliverables due?
April 5th.
April 5th, and that is Aceel. I just got your name. That's awesome. Thank you, Aceel. April 5th is when the deliverables are due. Thank you. All right, people. Do you have any questions that you might have at this moment? And if you don't, that is totally okay, because I will be setting up meetings to visit virtually and answer any questions about today's event.
So we can keep operating the business through at least late April. Is that how this works?
Yes, that's when the bank accounts should be closed. April the 30th. No, I'm sorry, May the 17th. So you'll be able to keep operations going until that time. However, all of the deliverables are a picture of what's going on in your company by the due date, which is April the 5th. So yes, you may keep operating. Any other questions for the good of the group? All right, people, so we are almost done. We do need one last activity that we want to invite you to do. Please take off your cell phones and click on this QR code, because we really, really need to know what is your feedback. At our organization, we're always striving to be best, to be better. So we need you to answer those couple of questions that won't take you even 2 minutes in order for us to gather your feedback about the event. So please go ahead, and your 2 minutes begin now. And the 2 minutes are over. Thank you so much, students, for your participation today. I hope you found the information valuable, and I will shortly see you at your JA Fellows school meetings. I'll visit you virtually. However, here is my email. Please do remember to send me an email. I'm going to read the names really quick. Sarah, Logan, Javen, Jacob, Alejandra, Kennedy, Gabrielle, and Aceel. Please send me an email with your information, and we'll be sure to send you back your virtual gift cards. Once again, thank you so much, Fabi, for taking over. We apologize for the technical difficulties that we had. Thank you, appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, team. Bye-bye.